Alright, chat. Are you ready? This is gonna be a good one. This one comes from one of our own. Yes. One of our own Oomfies has now made their own content. And they left this in the Discord. And I said that I would watch it yesterday, but I woke up late after 12, and I have my rule about making content after 12. So I said I would do it tomorrow. And tomorrow is today, and today is now.
Because Amber Heard is a domestic abuser. I'm trying to calm down a little bit. I'm excited. I didn't realize how invested I was. I wanted to.
You say you're ready, but then you're playing a video over me.
Thing, just fucking play it.
I need your undivided attention.
You did, and then you didn't play anything.
Yes.
I did Prelude. I shouted out my fan. What the fuck? Plus, I have to make sure that you can actually see what I'm looking at. Yes, there we go. Also, I had to stamp the time signature. You gotta do a lot of things behind the scenes, Jay. Ooh, I like that intro.
According to the Oxford Dictionary, whitewashing is covering up something in a whitewash, such as white paint. The second definition is someone or something trying to hide unpleasant facts about somebody/something, or to try to make something seem better than it is. And the third definition is referring to sport when a team keeps their opponent from scoring any points. So in a way, whitewashing is a form of censorship. That's somewhat on the board of what we'll be talking about today. It'll be within the context of staying faithful to source material when adapting stories to visual media. Whitewashing in this case is when a white actor or actress is cast in the role of a character that was originally written to be a different race.
Your hatred will kindle into love.
Before that day dawns, Mongol, the vultures will have feasted on your heart.
But yes, whitewashing is referring to recasting white characters play different race people. And this isn't limited to white Americans being casted to do black American roles a la minstrel shows and blackface in the 1800s. This was extremely rampant during the golden age of Hollywood filmmaking, which was around the 1930s through the 1970s, where Native Americans, Mexicans, Chinese, Japanese, and etc. were all played by white actors. This led to white actors donning makeup and prosthetics to mimic the ethnicities and stereotyping their actions to sell the role. Look up the term yellowface for the Asian variety of blackface. Not every film did this in the past. Roles were given to different races and ethnicities for more non-important roles such as one-off and crowd roles. Whitewashing was very circumstantial and mainly came up when it came to casting main actors or actresses in roles. Oddly enough, the more you look down this rabbit hole of whitewashing in film and media, you realize that Hollywood really did not like casting Asian actors or actresses. This is even reflected in modern day films such as Ghost in the Shell, Bullet Train, Death Note, and any anime IRL movie that's been going on with Netflix. I guess it's
I wouldn't say it's because Hollywood refuses to cast white actors. Most of those examples
reflected in modern
are between the time periods of effectively what would be realistically the biggest, like, giant corp racism. Also, I'm gonna stop in real quick. I see that Counterpoints is talking to Rose Wrist. Just gonna jump in the chat and show my appreciation. If I can find where the chat is. Is he using Restream? He is. Where is his chat? Oh, is he using a copy of Counterpoints? He is. He must be restreaming it then from his page. So where is his chat? The Beck Collective. A website. This. The thing. Where is your Twitch? Okay, he must be streaming on Twitch then. No?
Or some shit, and for me it was like 30 seconds. It's
That was like, last time we talked, it wasn't around 7.
Oh, he was already offline? Huh?
or some shit, and for me it was like 30.
Yeah.
It says that he's live right now.
I thought we were watching a video.
Yes! Yes! I had a guest on. I wanted to jump into his chat real quick while he was still live to say, "Ayo fam, was good."
This don't look like no chat.
That, okay, on the side of my screen, Jay, there is a blurb that says Counterpoints talking to Rose Wrist live right now. Okay? I'm gonna send you the I'm gonna send it to you. Link it to you right there. Okay? Do you see it? I clicked it because I thought he was still live, and that I thought I'd be able to talk to him in his chat, like, for 5 seconds to leave a hey, how are you? God damn! I can't take you nowhere! No, I can't do anything positive to build! Fuck! Alright, back to my fucking point. Old Hollywood and New Hollywood are only the same in the fact that it's the same buildings, but the actors are either dead, long gone, or no longer relevant. And the way that the Hollywood racism works now is pretty much a different change of Asian washing.
Modern day films such as Ghost in the Shell.
So, in the case of Ghost in the Shell, between the original movie, the show, second gig, and then the live-action Scarlett Johansson make, Scarlett Johansson is effectively playing the same character. She is still playing the Major. And the way that this works is the take that the Birdman 15 gave. His name is Anthony. That Anthony gave. And that is that because this is also the opinion coming directly from the filmmaker and from the anime creator who saw it. The character can have different faces, but it is still the same character, and regardless, it is not the same as Asian washing, because you are your ghost, not your shell. You are the consciousness that's operating the body. You're not the facial expression the body chooses. So, like, if I had a different person's face, but it was still my voice coming out of their mouth, and it's like, hey guys, check it out, I got my new fucking Ghost in the Shell remake. Would you say that that person's face, if I was some tall, lanky, fucking nobody-looking stick in the mud, would you say that that is not Carl, if you know for a fact that that's Carl? The obvious answer is, of course that's Carl. I know that's Carl. That is his voice coming out of the guy's mouth. So this is a problem of a cultural difference and misunderstanding of the medium. Now, I'm not saying that the person who made the video did this. I'm disagreeing slightly. I'm saying every person who went onto the internet and said, "You're whitewashing this film, it sucks! I fucking hate this! How dare you do this to my classic!" Shut up! Shut up. You're part of the problem. But then,
Shell, Bullet Train.
Bullet Train is a case example of what I could say is the other side of the spectrum when it comes to Hollywood and how they act with film. A popular foreign film gets made in Korea, or it gets made in Japan. It doesn't matter if it's a fan film, it doesn't matter if it's a Cinenext from Toei, for something from Kamen Rider, or Super Sentai. That's the show that Power Rangers is based off of, Jay. It doesn't matter if it is a film like Monster, or Train to Busan, or The Raid Redemption, or even something from India, amongst the Sinks and the Telugu, like Bahubali. It doesn't matter. Have I watched Bahubali with you?
No.
One of these days, chat, you need to remind me that our day of community needs to be a movie night, and we're gonna watch both films of Bahubali. It's gonna be great. When a foreign film gets made in another region, and the U.S. sees it, and they're like, "Oh, I see that. I want to take that for myself." But we're not going to hire those actors to do the lines in English so that we can get a English voice track. Or better, we're not going to hire American actors to be the voices so that we can dub the movie and have in the audio line for the people who want it as an option, because you could do that. You can definitely have a cut of the film that is the original foreign film, and then you can have the American voice cut. They don't do that. No. What they do is they take a credible, big name, usually S+++ list, or A-list, high top tier list movie actor that's performing and working, like Brad Pitt or Will Smith, and I guess at this point now Johnny Depp. Suck dick, I'm heard! Suck dick, I'm heard! They take high profile actor and they put them in the role. This is the other side of Asian washing, which was really just Hollywoodification, the Americanizing beam of production. Because if the problem was you're not hiring Asian actors to play characters in your American movies, this is the other side of the spectrum of you disrespect Asian actors and their foreign film efforts so much that instead of watching the original film, you're going to make an American remake of the same film. Which is disrespectful when you think of comparisons like that of pivotal scenes that are set pieces of films like Oldboy, and the fucking embarrassment that we got with the movie with Josh Brolin. The idea of the oner in that film is supposed to be, damn, look at the character charge and power through his hallway scene, where he just keeps beating on foe and foe and foe after being stabbed in the back by an axe, with the opposite, with Josh Brolin, being him basically beating the shit out of all these people, and then at the end of the scene he gets stabbed in the back with an axe. It's not the same scene. It's dog shit. It's bad. It's very, very bad. And it's disgusting to see it happen in real time. And then for someone to say, bro, come on, it's the same thing. What are you talking about? Which then goes along with the other side of the spectrum. Another facet, better. Being that of Death Note. Or, more recently, Cowboy Bebop. In the case of, and I hate having to fucking focus on this because this shit's fucking hard to click on. In the case of Death Note, you have a person who explicitly refuses to pay due diligence to the intelligence of the product. Forget the whitewashing and the blackwashing of these characters. They've been Americanized. What the fuck ever. I don't care. Fucking Nat Wolff of Naked Brothers Band getting added into shit because his mom worked on Nickelodeon, becoming the main character in this shit. Adam Wingard deciding, you know what, I'm gonna do something different. And fucking Osaka from Heroes co-signed the shit being like, yeah, this is gonna be great! And I certainly don't care about Lakeith Stanfield as L. Not my L, hashtag trait snark. I don't fucking care about any of that. Fuck that bullshit. It is a separate product. Whatever. You wanna hold this film up because we really love our man, Willem the Friend, doing Ryuk? You can. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm happy you like that. Everybody agrees. Here's the problem. This film is dog shit. Not because, oh my god, they Americanized it. It's because it doesn't even follow the source material as writ. It's dog shit. Not because I dislike it, because I personally don't like it. It's dog shit because it is bad. If the original book, the original manga, and even the original anime as it played out to its completion, and also let's mention the movies, because man, the movies are kind of not good either. If this is considered the pinnacle, the top, the material that we were supposed to be aiming for, Death Note fails because on the spectrum of whitewashing characters for American audiences, it does not understand the assignment. Explicitly, on purpose. Because they wanted to try something different. This is someone trying to do a new interpretation of a work poorly, and it failing in the US region because of it. Whereas the other one, with Cowboy Bebop, is the other half of that prism. If Death Note is a failure because the product tries to do something different to the source material, to localize it, since they don't expect people to follow along with the original, Cowboy Bebop is a failure because it tries to modernize the characters for a popular audience by taking a product and instead of saying this is a different interpretation, instead says this is a continuation of the work. 1-to-1, guys! Remove the arguments about May's costume, because I can tell you right now, they don't give a shit. The actress herself didn't give a shit, and they certainly chose to have to give a shit when the show got canceled after 1 season. All those arguments, out the window. The reason why this one is bad is because it too doesn't even follow the source material, but more specifically, it is an embarrassment that is on Borderlands 2 and 3 levels of character writing on why it is embarrassing for people to see. If you were to tell me, hey, you shouldn't watch the original Cowboy Bebop, you should instead watch this production, it'll be the exact same, and with no context to what was in this, I watch it, and I walk away from it, I'm like, bro, this shit's ass. Cowboy Bebop sucks. If I walk away with it, with that interpretation, I cannot be blamed, because the product is that bad. For the factor that they didn't just not respect the source material, they didn't just decide we're gonna give people the roles, and we're gonna hire the proper people for it. They failed in the avenue of making the show actually about what the show needed to be about. If the writing of Cowboy Bebop is to be honored to the test of time, it failed at the noir setting. It failed at it spectacularly. So, for a setting like, say, Sin City, right? If we take the setting of Sin City, and we compare it to this, and I compare it to its original work, shit, I could do this even for Twilight. If I were to compare this product to the adaptations made of Twilight, of all the sagas, and even the general novels, if I compare it to each other, this is not even close to being Cowboy Bebop. It is Cowboy Bebop in name only. Characters don't talk like this. Characters don't act like that. That is not the ending of the show. That is a fanfiction headcanon that someone read up on Wattpad, presented to a Netflix executive, and said, $5 million, please! $200 million, please! I was more entertained by Zola than I was by having to do this shit and watch this shit for reference so that I could be able to talk proper shit about it when I was reviewing The Witcher. This material right here is the peak and the death of cinema. Jay, opinion.
Yeah.
So, when we say things like, hey, race washing is a very serious problem. Let's put it all under one banner. I don't care if it's blackwashing. I don't care if it's whitewashing. I don't care if it's Asian washing. I don't care if it's somebody following the work as writ, like what they did with Luke Cage, because Luke Cage is another one of these kinds of show that's like this. And people were saying, no! He's supposed to be an Asian character! He's doing martial arts! That means he needs to be an Asian actor! You're brain dead! Okay? You're brain dead! All of it under a single fucking roof. The race washing, if we define it all as a thing and say it's a bad thing when it happens, and it's good when it doesn't happen, we pick and choose the scenarios about how they apply. In the past, is race washing an issue in Hollywood? Yes, all of Hollywood is racist as shit. You know why? Because it's old Hollywood. They were racist as shit. When we apply this to the real time of the real world, is Ghost in the Cell racist because they did whitewashing of an Asian character? No. That is you misunderstanding the concept, the world building, and the setting. You have applied something that does not apply to this because it is speculative fiction. Use your imagination. When we apply this to Death Note, is Death Note guilty of race washing? Yes, it is. They wanted to localize the material for an audience because they thought, come on guys, we can't actually do Death Note. Yes, you can. If you motherfuckers can make Bleach, the animated series, if you can make Fullmetal Alchemist, the animated series, and you can also make their live actions, the same way that you could do with Ace Attorney, and the same way that you have with all the other things that are Netflix exclusives, that are adaptations of products, which in their own cases really are hit and miss on which ones are good and which are not. Looking at you, The Witcher. If you can put in all the effort there, the same way you can put in all your effort with your original products, is it guilty of it? Yes, because localization's bad. But is that the only reason why people hate it? No, it's also dog shit. In the case of Cowboy Bebop, is it guilty of race washing? If you go by, are the actors played by the appropriate races of which they're meant to be applicable? No. In that regard, it is not race washing the characters. But you know what it is doing? Gearbox washing! It's taking characters' dialogues and making them say crazy-ass shit that none of these characters would ever say in this universe. Because we're not in the universe of the show as it was made by the original manga. We're in the universe of the show as it was made by a Netflix associate or goddamn intern on the internet looking for brownie points with the audience of their choice. And it's very clear what audience they're trying to pander to. Now that I got that out of my system, let's continue.
Anime IRL movie that's been going on with Netflix. I guess it's really hard to ask an Asian person to do an Asian role or ask a Japanese actor to do a Japanese role. I mean, I don't know, I'm not Hollywood, so... I kid around, but I do know why Hollywood did this type of stuff. Making a film was a very big risk in the sense of money. Whether or not that movie would make a lot of money was based on who you hired as the main actor slash actress.
I didn't really think it out, and I'm not sure I would have changed my mind anyway. And certainly at that time when I did it, nobody criticized it. I thought it was perfectly okay. Looking back, I wish I had never done it.
Not my favorite part. Though I do, as I say, I think Mickey's a wonderful, wonderful actor.
And I would give anything to be able to recast it.
This is why we have a film from 1956 called The Conqueror, where John Wayne, a white guy, playing Genghis Khan. John Wayne playing Genghis Khan. And yes, his performance is just as amazing as you think.
Small caravan with one flight of arrows.
No man bends his bow until so ordered. I want Targatai's woman unharmed. The Tartars are yet more numerous. The woman I take from the Murket's chief is a Tartar woman.
No woman will be able to escape my sight. Go out and conquer there, hombre.
Bitches ain't shit.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. I love being a voice actor.
Investing in a film is very, very time consuming and costs a lot of money. And you want to be confident that this film will do good based on the people that you hired. Whitewashing can erase important key factors to a character and thus ruining the point of that character. Proper representation of different stories by different backgrounds of people keeps the storytelling fresh. Different perspectives is what make American media different. It's fucked up that it's happening still in current year, but Hollywood has been revealed to be a very gross, shady bitch industry filled with old people and geriatric fucks that do not care about your opinion, so demanding anything from them is just hurting yourself.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
I highly...
We're getting so much use out of that clip. Thanks, Red Letter Media!
recommend that you support independent and indie films, directors, producers, just to get the ball rolling, because if you keep...
Please tell me that you dropped the link to that website so that people can actually have it, because they need to go to that place themselves. Is it in the description? Links. I don't see that website. I'm gonna tell them they need to add that website.
supporting big companies and businesses, you're not going to really get anywhere. You have to show them that you're interested in seeing something new. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so where do anime characters colored over with brown skin come into this? Blacktober started off as a celebration between black artists of all ages and backgrounds, tagging their art and promoting their work on Twitter. Since Twitter's algorithm is non-existent, it was a great idea to get talented people of diverse backgrounds more attention on their art. At first. Blackwashing somewhat took off in 2018 when an illustrator by the name of Nicholas Draper Ivy made a Final Fantasy VII fan art of Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth, and even Barret race swapped to Dark.
These are pretty good. Also, damn, boy, he really made Barret a swagged up white boy busting it down sexual style. Someone's touching themselves tonight. It's not me.
Dark skin and light skin versions respectfully. The art is really amazingly done, and it looks really cool. Ivy's work inspired other artists to start thinking of what if this character's skin was darker, and in 2018, people started blackwashing and race swapping cartoon characters. And at first, even I thought it was a neat little experiment to just change the race of an anime character or a cartoon character. I completely understand.
I saw Black Dio.
And race swapping cartoon characters. And at first, even I thought it was a neat little experiment to just change.
There he is. Delicious.
The race of an anime character or a cartoon character. I completely understand why someone would do a race swap of a cartoon character. This is mainly more common in children and teenagers rather than grown adults. Kids around the age of 8 years old want to see something that they can relate to on a physical scale, like something they can reflect themselves onto. That's why when you see an American show, there are a lot more different types of visually different people, because America has so many different types of races and ethnics. It's impossible to cover them all. I don't want anyone to think that it's impossible to see why someone would race swap a cartoon character, but the situation we're talking about today is inexcusable and downright plagiarizing and stealing art. The more people began to do redraws of anime characters as black, not brown skin, specifically black Americans, some of this shit got a little, how you say, you know, with the big pink lips, the wide noses, the pale palms underneath the hands, the horribly nappy looking hair. Just the most stereotypical features you can think of when it comes to
Oh shit! Now that's a dank Mizuki. That, my friend, is gonna be a fucking profile picture. I'm saving that one for Blacktober, partner. You better grab yourself one in here too. And clap. Go ahead and drop that banger right fucking now. Where is it? Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? Listen, porn. Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? Right here. All right. Wrong window. Wrong window. Right window.
black people. But I know what you're thinking. Oh, it can't be bad, Squiddy. Oh, you're just overreacting. You're just taking the fun out of all of this. The art's not that bad.
Black washing isn't a bad thing.
You serious?
You look at this image right now and tell me that this is quality. Yes, this will solve the representation problem in anime, because anime apparently had a representation problem with black people, even though black people make up 0.02% of their entire population. Yes, this will make black people proud. Stealing art and screenshots from already drawn things and just slap your own image on there. Yes, that's beautiful. Wonderful. Yes, you are doing a lot of black people a favor by showing Japanese people that we fucking steal things. Listen, you might think I'm getting way too riled up about this, but when you see this shit online and the amount of excuses these artists make of, oh,
hello, Sarah the Weirdo. How you doing?
people, we're just, you know, it's for black.
Just watching a video from one of my fans.
Representation, you know, like it wouldn't be, you know.
An artist drew the little girl from Spy.
Oh, good. Oh, thank God. She has the link. Oh, I fucking Christ. I was gonna be upset if I had to go to my own TikTok. So remember when I showed you this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna remind you, and also by consequence, inform chat. So this is voice actor Tony Weaver Jr. He is one of the Funimation black voice actors that they brought in to do representation. All of the tweets that are in this TikTok were literally made by black users. I investigated them myself. I worked my Fed magic, and every single one of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of them is a minority user. They are either black, they are African Americans that just don't take part of the black diaspora. They are minorities in this, in the case of being a majority ethnicity that would have darkened skin in the region, like a Sikh. They are either users that are biracial or are a part of what we call black culture. You're doing great. Did I hear about it? Oh yeah, well, I was listening live. Every single one of these users, every single one of them are trolling online, okay? So when Tony J here says
Ed's family is night skinned,
this word, this magical word, night skin, was a word someone threw around to see if they could get the same reaction that we did when we originally made this trend. Because remember, as you know, in Blacktober, when it went from, hey guys, check out this art that I made, to, well, I'm gonna go copy this shit, and I'm gonna make it look good, because I don't respect black people! And then, our favorite night skin, Scribe and Dead, now living Scribe, because he's gotten his account banned 21 times now, and his original is not getting republished. When Poe first made the White Vember trend, as can be seen when you go to the channel and you look it up, digital blackface podcast channel. When he originally made the White Vember, when he originally made White Vember on that first podcast, and then we revisited it again 7 months ago for episode 35 of White Vember to Remember, we did this to troll people, okay? Now I can see you there, internet chatter that's looking at this for the first time. You guys really decided to shit on people because they were having fun? No! No! When this shit started out, we did not do this trend because we wanted to insult people and their art. We did this trend because there's an attitude that exists amongst those that like to play the game of, it's okay when I do it, it's not okay when you do it. Because, well, where is that fucking, like, where is it? Where's that picture? I posted it the other day. It's in memes. Here we go. what people like to do on the internet is that they do this, okay? They look at an image on Twitter amongst artists, and they say to themselves, where on this chart does this lie? Is this whitewashing if it's too dark? Or is it so dark that it's cartoonishly out of character? I wonder! This is what has happened. This is when it went bad. And that exact moment is when we started making fun of them for it, okay? That is how that trend started. It really started because Poe wanted to make people upset on the internet, and he wanted to laugh at people coping and seething about it in real time. But that is how that trend started. And every year it has gotten bigger because every year the reaction to it gets bigger because November comes right after October. So every single piece of art that people post, especially throughout the year in the early months, we save them up and we make jokes about them. Everyone does. White users do it, black users do it, Latino users do it, shit posters do it, content creators do it, artists do it, especially when they're making lewd art, but you don't never see that shit about lewd artists. You never see that about lewd art made about characters that are in race washed. You know why? Because people who are doing this are the kind of people who get upset about shit posts. They're the kind of people still yelling at me months out from me making my Wholesome Son video that was supposed to be a joke video that people are supposed to laugh at, and people unironically telling me I ruined their comfort character. It is those kinds of people. It is TikTok users that are getting upset about this. It is Tumblrites that are getting upset about this because they go out into the world and they look for people that they want to use to bash on so they can get a gajillion likes on Twitter and a gajillion retweets and hearts and shares and literal money telling lies to themselves on other platforms. And what they have done now on TikTok is Tony went out onto Twitter looking for examples. That's why in this picture here, that is why in this thread right here, you'll see that he does not actually have the likes on tweets. He doesn't have the likes, he doesn't have the comments, he doesn't have the shares on them. And the reason why he doesn't, even though he leaves the handle, is because Tony wanted to use this as propaganda to boost up his own metrics, because his fucking TikTok page is failing. People don't like the work that he's in. And the people who are supporting him, who aren't explicitly the kind of people who would have already been on his side, are mocking him after I came out and I told him and told them that he was lying and proved to them that he was lying. You want to see those? You can go to my TikTok page. The links are in the fucking bar below, somewhere in the panels up there. You can find them. Should be easy to click. One button. Can't find it there? You can go to my Twitter. It's in all my links. You can go there directly. TikTok.com/SinglePlayerCarl, I think. You should be able to look it up. Just SinglePlayerCarl on the app. It's like some of the ones further down from like a month ago. Or 2 months ago. Time is diluted. Anyways. This right here.
Night skin. Okay, so
this right here. This tweet, an example. This is someone taking the piss. They quote tweeted this specifically to see who would fall for the bait. Tony is taking it unironically. He unironically held up people who are doing a deep level troll, and he said this is real. And people ran away with it. That's why night skin took off as a word. And the other reason why it took off as a word is the other reason why he did this. On TikTok, in the terms of service, under the use of slurs, a word is considered a slur if it has a connotation that is considered bad. But a slur, like coon, can be used and reclaimed if the negative connotation is made an overwhelming term of endearment amongst the majority users. They have codified it on the Chinese spying app that if you and a bunch of other people gaslight each other hard enough, you could turn a word from nothing into a slur, or from a slur into a term of endearment to get back at your haters. So there's a bunch of users that took this lie, ran with it, never investigated it. When it was revealed, deleted comments, deleted stitches, unsubscribed stitches, did everything possible to whitewash the other definition, to censor the information so that nobody would laugh at them that they are upset about their dumb shit. And it's great. This is still coping now. All this so that he could get people to sub to his merch. I will actually go to my own page and I will show you the TikTok in question. Because you have to fucking see it, okay? You have to fucking see it.
Okay, so an artist drew the little girl from Spy X Family is night-skinned, and the racist people with anime profile pictures are at it again.
This is the reason why he did that. Right there. There, right there. Yeah, right, yeah.
And so, because people on the internet...
Now, where's the other one? Where's the first one? Anyway, tell me nothing right. You can't tell me nothing right. Why did they do you me? God damn it. Carl, why do you make so many TikToks? Who are you fooling? You think you're gonna be popular? You think you're gonna blow up? You stupid motherfucker? No. Stay where you deserve and belong. In the trash! I literally can't find it. Hold on. I'm looking, chat. I'm looking. It might have done that thing where it takes the start of one tweet and it does the other. I think this is it.
It's a dubcast for some of their new...
Got it. Alright.
Okay, so
we're gonna watch this together, chat. I want to watch this together, and I want you to take a look at the screen. Look at everything he says, and I want you to see what he does at the end of this TikTok that he made, okay?
Crunchymation announced a dubcast for some of their new shows, and it awakened all the racist people with anime...
Also, I want you to remember that tone. The next time you hear somebody say Funimation and Crunchyroll, they're just two separate businesses, they're not. They're a merger. That cringe shit needs to stop, okay? Crunchymation. My fucking god. I keep forgetting, it doesn't do fucking spacebar pause.
Anime profile photos. The moment they announced black voice actors would be getting roles, people said they would boycott the company as a whole. These are the people voicing your favorite anime girls in English dubs? We as Aryan anime fans should not stand for this any longer. Our holy war against the night skin...
This is the tweet, an example. This is the tweet where he got it from.
...will never end. You are unfit to voice our characters. I don't know what truck reincarnated you into a world where Japanese characters are Aryan, but these stories are loved by people of all backgrounds. There are amazing black voice actors creating iconic characters. A black animation studio worked on Attack on Titan, One Piece, and JoJo's. And there are black creators making manga.
Now, I want y'all to take a very good look. Who is that interesting white man right there acting like a black face for the voice actors? Is it you, Tony? It's you. He did this so that he could promote an interview that he did for his own organizations. Jay, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to be honest, alright? Listen to this man's voice.
People said they would boycott the company as a whole. These are the people voicing your favorite anime girls in it.
This man makes a product. You watching it?
No.
You sure?
English dubs? We as Aryan anime fans should not stand...
come on! That's at least $1 million right there. What you talking about? Yeah, guys, it's that deep. It's that deep. They ran out of finding real enemies to fight against, that now they just make up their own bullshit. And they say that it's true. I wish I was making this up. But, as you know, here at SinglePlayerCarl Productions, everything we have here is real 100% bona fide cringed, mined from the bars of the internet, and brought to you on a steeping hot plate of fuck me running! Let's continue.
Night Skin fan art has been amazing. But there's a certain thing racist people keep saying. Japan anime are white skinned and it's popular. You should make a black character, not steal Japanese artists' work.
Horny people have no rights.
Shut up, man! You can't make your own character, so you have to blackwash an existing one.
Okay.
Tyrone might not actually be night-skinned. But fan art isn't stealing what someone else wrote. And you might not have original ideas, but we can do both. If you think black artists have to steal because no original ideas exist, borrow my glasses and go see a therapist!
So at this point, Blacktober has turned into just a talentless disaster because it just covers up the more talented black artists on there that really should be getting a lot more attention. All I can think of is it's lazy. It just reminds me of that trend back in when defame art was popular of ripping Sonic X screenshots and culling over them in MS Paint. It just reminds me of this. It's just you're just drawing.
Now on real shit. Also real shit, on Demon Time. This is miles better than some of the fucking horrible Blacktober art that I've seen. Deadass. At least, when it comes to the idea of taking a character and drawing over it, this one right here in like this bottom left corner, I can still see Amy's pink hair through the bottom of it, unless you're doing like a two-tone here. But realistically, look at these for what they are. There is a lot more talent that is being done here in making an interesting edit. The choice of adding additional hair colors, different hairstyles, entirely different fucking piece of background work. There's so much going on here that when you look at this and you compare it to the worst of Blacktober, I don't need to show you examples of that. You can go find it yourself and you're welcome. I'm trying to subject you to cringe, not fucking fatalistic cancer. When you look at that content, apples to apples and apples to oranges, this is the aesthetic we need to go back to. I would prefer this over everything else that everyone's doing.
Over them in MS Paint. It just reminds me of this. It's just you're just drawing over images. Like that's it. You're just claiming.
Also, at the same time, there is an argument that can be made about taking memes and innovating new variations and permutations of them. Is a person an artist because they colored over a paint object in MS Paint once? No. Is a person considered a pixel artist because they took the pixels of an original screenshot or an original work from something like Mega Man, the 8-bit, the 16-bit, 32-bit eras, or what have you, and they made an entirely new icon and even new pixel structures of existing works? Yes, you can. I can even show you an example from probably one of my favorite creators, which is Dwayne and Brando, or rather, at this point, the amazing Brando, because he's now doing the solo project himself with his new adventure of Aventuria. When I think of people taking an idea and doing something interesting about it and with it, I think of things like this. I think of the old nerdcore that came out when I was in high school, and the amount of effort that groups like this, like Dwayne and Brando, put together to make their work possible. If you haven't seen it before, some of it looks and sounds like this. The definition, ladies and gentlemen, of transformative, okay? And even with some of the more recent work, probably on Aventuria, because these ones are from the original mix, and he made new ones. Just go back. Compare that to works like... what are you listening to in the background?
Oh, nothing.
Stop it! So, compare what I just said and what I just showed you from some of their old, well, some of his older work to this new project. And I'm going to pick Probably one of my favorite sections. Compare that to this.
Stomping around like my name's Godzilla. Filling up in hearse, gonna eat my dinner. Got weapons at the wazoo. Ain't nobody illa name's Trevor. Best Belmont ever. Who the fuck is Simon? Don't get clever. Whip crack, bitch, neck to your month for real. And if you think I probably won't, you can bet I will. And I'm going down to Castlevania. I'm gonna bury you once and for all. Going down to Castlevania. Gonna walk downstairs. Hope I don't. Tick-tock, rocking around the block, knock-knock. Triple Belmont's clock. Now stop with the Medusa heads. Between you and the stairs, I'm totally dead. Now I gotta get me some of that wall meat. Bacteria ain't gonna stall me. Oh no, someone get me a nurse. What a horrible night to have occurred. Here we go now. I will never quit. Infinite. Continues, I don't give a shit. Takes my whip. You motherfuckers have a crucifix. I'll throw it within you. Who the fuck is this? What a prick. And now he wants to join my party. Cause I'll let him, what the fuck we do?
Crazy nasty, yo, I'm stealing your jewels. Goes perfect a variety, I'm breaking the rules. A wall riding, Scott climbing, I'm the king of this game. You ain't got shit on me, I put Spidey to shame. I move twice as fast, I got twice the guard. I got pipe that lasts, and it's twice as hard. Good thing my blades don't discriminate, I'm done playing around, now accept your fate.
I will never quit. Infinite. Continues, I don't give a shit. Takes my whip. You motherfuckers have a crucifix. I'll throw it within you, looking like an amp. I'm so ripped. And now we're gonna crash this party.
The kind of original ideas that can stem from works as old as Castlevania, to as new as Attack on Titan, to as classical of the better days of animation, with the memes that come from the original run of Full Metal Alchemist, and the recatch of Brotherhood, is what allows for transformative works like this to shine through. And the problem, that is the shame of what blackwashing does, is that because of the nature of the permanently online status of users talking shit and never shutting the fuck up, is that works like this don't get seen or heard, except by the few fans that will speak its praises and names, and then show it and expose newer audiences to it. Much like I have done for you here. And if you would like to go see this content, I'm going to drop the link for you in chat so you can go find the channel, you can go follow it, and you can leave comments on that video, and you can tell them that Carl sent you. This is the nature of the problem, okay? When I say that I would prefer having that and having the old Sonic X art, it's the same thing as the copy pasta about old video games. I want old video games that run like they have the graphics of the PS2 and play like they were made for the fucking NES. I'm not fucking joking. I prefer it. It was a better time. It's a better attitude. It's a better product. Because what?
No, I'm just yawning.
Because this shit has gotten annoying. Because some, not all, some of the edits that are made are good. The most of them, dog water. And we don't have enough people or enough time to delineate between every single one of them, as much as one could do, to say what was right and what was wrong. And before anybody in chat was to say, oh no, not in this chat, in the future chat, when I have to use this eventually again, because someone's gonna say that I'm a liar.
They refuse to come.
When someone says, no, Carl, nobody's ever done that, shut the fuck up, I've already done it, it's a 3-hour and 18-minute long video running down how people decided to run away with this problem back then in the past. I made it 2 years ago. I will not update it again. It was a bunch of fucking work just to be able to get you to understand the roller coaster. The kind of shit, hello past Carl with your dumbass beanie and hoodie, the amount of bullshit with people making up excuses and lies and slander to justify shit like this, to then justify shit like this. Remember this shit? Remember no titty having Samus Aran? And shit like, where's another fucking screen cap? Shit like this. Well, actually, no, that's one of the better parts. This is a panel from Black Panther One Heart. A really good panel. demonstrating what it means to actually appreciate something that is different to what you see. And then people justifying, where's the other ones? Where are the other takes? Where are the other takes? Where are them? It's one of the good art pieces. Shit like this, where somebody, because they had a different opinion about art, a bunch of fucking K-pop stans attack them and get their account suspended on the internet, which is all too common for most of us. Or when people threw a fucking upset pissy fit because somebody had to draw a character so they could say, you see this edit of Penny Parker from Into the Spider-Verse? I gave her a literal card that says that she is 18 plus and ready for sex edits. There you go. They had to make this because people were throwing a fucking fit because they do not understand the difference between fictional characters and real women getting pounded in front of them, okay? Don't say nobody ever did it, because I already did. We're tired. I'm tired. We've grown past this discourse. No more. It's on site. Talk shit, get hit, get mocked, get laughed at. You don't want to be laughed at? Be a better artist. Put in effort. Draw harder.
As your own, like, no, that's not how art works at all. There's already brown-skinned people in anime, and there are some good-ass characters in anime that are brown-skinned. But no, you're just ignoring those examples because they're not as popular as main character ones. Like, that's ridiculous. Black characters don't need to be the coattail riders. We can stand on our own as people and not get reduced to badly drawn stereotypes over screenshots. The irony of stealing art from Japanese/Asian artists and writing over original works with their own dialogue is severely lost. It's almost like they're doing that exact same thing with Hollywood doing the Asian characters. You know, that whitewashing thing that I talked about literally minutes ago in this video? It's almost like blackwashing cartoon characters doesn't do anything. It does nothing for representation. It does nothing for the artist because you're stealing art and editing over it for your own means. At the end of the day, when you Google that really nice artwork of brown-skinned Peach from Super Mario Brothers, you're gonna get a pale-skinned Peach because that's what Peach is. Peach is and always will be pale skin. No one cares if she's brown skinned because what's the point of making her brown skin if she's actually pale skin? It looks more like an error than something unique. And blackwashing isn't unique at this point. It's been done to death. Just make an OC. Just make an original character. Like, it would be way easier and way more interesting to make a character that could seemingly live within that universe. Don't feel too bad about this. I know that other black artists have also expressed how they do not like this whole blackwashing situation.
First off, White Vember was a trend.
Hi guys! There I am! It's Carl reacting to Carl, watching Carl, I'm a fan of Carl! We did it, Jay! I wish I had a fucking trumpet. Or kazoo. You have a kazoo? Can you blow on your kazoo for me, please? Jay, you're not blowing on a kazoo.
I don't have one.
Okay.
And that was popularized and kickstarted amongst a bunch of shit posters and artists like myself and my mutuals, but was made more famed when it was picked up and looked at by 4chan after it was originated and made even more popular by the wide brand account Pose Law, who happens to be one of my mutuals. And I'm sorry to fucking tell y'all, but he's black. Nigerian, even. The same way that people can cosplay black characters is the same way people can choose to draw that art white, black, Asian, Hispanic, Korean, and every other fucking denomination under the goddamn sun. Because it's not real. It's just art.
I don't even know what black people want anymore at this point. They bitch and moan about diversity. That's what they do. They bitch and moan about diversity. They want to see more people of color. They want to see more people of color doing great things, epic things, and all that stuff. And there are people out here doing that stuff. And you will still not see people supporting that stuff because, yeah, I'll tell you the truth. They don't see anything official until a white man does it, and that's just the truth of the matter.
This whole Blacktober has irritated me because, and this may sound harsh, but no one's entitled to representation. The reason why any form of representation exists is because an artist got off their ass and made it.
When your people is consistently represented in such a harmful way, or just completely removed from media as a whole, they end up creating the characters that aren't even their race, or even a person at all. Well, that's racist. Listen to yourself. You think it's unfair to have to identify with characters who aren't your race. Honestly, no one made you write that. No one. You wrote that all on your own. It's somehow unfair that you have to cling to characters who aren't your race, some who aren't even human. I can only imagine the hell you must have went through trying to watch Cars. Here's the problem with your argument. People aren't mocking the existence of black characters. They're mocking your justification for race swapping. The common argument made by the blackwashers is that the original race of the character doesn't matter because the character isn't real, so they can be whatever race anyone chooses. But when people change a non-white character to white, the blackwashers object, claiming the original race is important. The blackwashers are trying to have it both ways, and it simply doesn't make sense.
Imagine if we actually used Blacktober to draw black characters from black works. Imagine it. People would really rather draw Black Peach than, I don't know, Leah Sagamore from Princess Love Pond, Daisy from Adorned by Chi. And if you have no idea who any of these characters are, can you really say you want more representation? You're not even looking for it. And to continue, we hate when a white person does it anyway. The showrunner of the series is white. I want us to be able to tell our own stories. Well, then shut up and don't blackwash Disney princesses when they tell their own story. Stop holding non-black people to a standard you don't even hold yourselves to.
They have tried to explain to these people how this does not work. All it comes down to is just social media clout. It's just social media clout wrapped up in representation, because it's way easier to take a character that's already well known than to make your own character and start from scratch.
Fuchsia Beach would be great at SinglePlayerCarl. I need a Carl counter. Guys, can somebody do a meme where they just do the frame and just ting! And it's just like a sound of me. You know, as the buzzer sound. I can give you a sound. There you go.
No one knows what that character is. And like anyone on Twitter, they did not appreciate the criticism. They insta-blocked everyone who tried to criticize and say something. They tried to say, oh, you're trying to appeal to the white people. Yeah, you're trying to appeal to the white folk, which, okay. And they threw down a lot of black slurs that I don't think anyone has ever heard since like 1920. And as hard as you would like to try, male roach is never gonna be an insult. It's never gonna be as powerful as the N-word hard R, okay? Just deal with that fact. So it's safe to assume that these people are very racist towards white people, and you should not be associated with them whatsoever, because they are very ego-driven, and they do not care whose back they gotta stab to move up in the Twitter threshold.
Oh, another thing on top of that, as it's in my head. Whenever you see these accounts, any account, everyone's account, I don't care. Whenever you see these accounts that are associated with these situations, these instances, these hashtags, and these movements, please understand and go forth with the following 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, do not interact with them. Take screenshots if you must. Please, by all means, use your archives, but by no consideration should you ever directly engage with these people. They are wild wildebeests. Not because they're black users and not because they're talking about black shit, but because they are actual wildebeests. They don't go outside. They don't go outside. So they're going to take, and this is number 2, take every instance of interaction that is not immediate sucking of their position as full-throated harassment, incitement, intimidation, and rhetoric to be used against them. And they will 3, try to destroy your life. They have tried this with many things and in many places. Really, it's a behavior pattern than it is just the ego and attitude of these particular users. But by no circumstance should you ever interact with them, should you ever tag them, and when they try to attack you, you should immediately mute the account, if not block the account. Now, it's not going to stop them from being able to chase you down on a side account or to use the private function to spy on what you're saying, but do not talk to these people. Just don't talk to them. If you want to talk to them, get them on a hot mic, interview them, and have them actually answer questions. Try to be as respectful as you can at all times, and understand that anything that you say and do, and anything that you don't say and don't do to the worldview that they want will be interpreted as a sin to them. Okay? Okay.
Multiple Japanese blog sites have documented this phenomenon, and people have commented their disapproval of Americans taking established anime characters and basically claiming them as their own different coat of color. It's a weird thing that they're all just completely puzzled over the logic of coloring over manga pages and claim that you need representation. So frustrated Americans and confused Japanese people cannot break through the minds of these people and just make them understand how bad this whole blackwashing is. So, there's only one more thing to break through these people's brain.
Alright, disclaimer. Pause the video to read. This experiment is to see how much of a double standard blackwashing and black editing is on Twitter. The character is Garnet from the American cartoon Steven Universe, who is an alien that takes the appearance of a black woman. All the screenshots weren't even all the messages that were sent to me. I personally don't care about the threats on the internet. It's important to see how violent, stupid people get over a drawing. I remember this. So, there is a video that documentates the Twitter experiment. And the Twitter experiment, where is it? Steven Universe. Where is it? Where is that? Where is it? That's not it. 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 Fuck it. Hopefully she'll have the link to it here. Not that, not that, not that, not that, not that. Damn, she does not have the link to this video. There is a video here. Somebody will probably find it if they go looking for it hard enough. There's a video that was called The Twitter Experiment from a 4chan thread where somebody made a Tumblr to make art edits. Maybe that's it. Carl said as he said he gave up but didn't. Here it is. There we go. I don't know if this is the exact same one, but this video was an original that came from this video that has had over 1.8 million views from 2017, where somebody went onto Tumblr and basically made a horrible, horrible slew of edits, specifically designed to trigger them in the best ways possible. Everything from race swapped Stevani to tall Sadie to white Sadie. Where's the other ones? It's further down in here. White sterilized amethyst. Yellow lion. Horrible cornet. Or Peridot, excuse me. Where's this fucking picture right here? Race swap Mara Swarns to make them white with blonde hair and blue eyes. And all of this shit to piss them the fuck off. And the troll of the op was to post that this was the user behind the account when they did it. And the immediate reaction that they had after this post was made, well, I was just going to let it play out for you right here.
In this post, Anon came out as a black trans woman who simply wanted to contribute to the community. And guess what Tumblr did next? They backtracked hard. Somebody's gonna make a clip of that too. So yeah,
this is something that we've done before, but this is basically a new experiment. Let's watch.
Hey, this is not gonna be my normal content. It's gonna be actually
what song? Where'd you get this song from? You have it in here? I want this music track. I'm gonna ask her later what was this music track she used for this part here. I hope she was gonna come in while we were watching it. This track unironically goes in hard.
Hey, this is not gonna be my normal content. It's gonna be actually a rant. What the fuck is white bember? What is that? Y'all crackers of each.
I hope you get your ass beat for the stupid shit you do. One day you're gonna get your shit rocked and nobody's gonna care because you're you and nobody fucking likes you, actual piece of shit, literal fucking garbage. I hope you choke.
What the hell is wrong with you? PPL have so much rep and Puck don't. You might say, oh, but I support Puck, sad emoji. No you don't. You whitewashed a clearly Puck character and expected to not get backlash. This is not how the internet works, hun. Just delete the post.
You ugly big fat nasty white bitch, hope your mama die in a fire star-eyed emoji.
Since I'm not black I can interact anyways. Your art is absolute trash, going out of your way to whitewash black representation. That's disgusting. There's so little attention the Puck get in media. You decide to make it white just because you're cracker ass things. You can do anything you want to because you're white. This is why so many Puck hate white people like you. I hope your account gets
today, Junior.
You are literally one of the most racist people ever. How?
My fans are learning, Jay. You've been an influence on them, for the better. Are you proud? She's not proud, guys. She hates it. Abort! 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 Jay. Jay. You're not saying anything again. Jay! Why aren't you answering? Are you eating? No, she's deafened. She deafened and didn't even say anything back, guys. Shame. All of them shame. No, she's there. She's just deafened. She's probably working on something. She'll pop back in.
How dare you have BLM in your profile when you tell black people to DNI? That BLM only searching for the praise progressive white people. Rice cracker emoji ×8 cracker.
Bitch, what the fuck are you whitewashing people for, you fuck ass bitches cracker?
Imagine being a Nazi Lamal. What a depraved and depressing lifestyle you live.
Girl, you're unloved faggot KYS.
Oh, riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield! Oh,
So white member is a thing now? Wow, representation. White member is meant to retaliate against blackwashing, which is the act of taking a white character and editing them or drawing them to be a person of color.
Is anybody surprised? I'm just gonna ask you, guys. That ass. I'm just gonna ask you. Okay? Is anyone surprised? Is anyone actually surprised that this is the kind of person that would then try to jump in front of the trend and say, no, that's not what the trend is. This is what the trend is. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should listen to the black user who knows the user who started the shit and was a part of the push to get the shit to trend hard. I don't know. Who should we listen to, chat? Should we listen to the black man? Or should we listen to the white woman? I think history's shown us which way this is gonna go. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. Here we go.
To be a person of color. I'm here to explain that blackwashing and whitewashing are not the same thing at all. If I'm out of line for talking about this, please let me know. I'll take the video down. It's just I've seen Way too many people get attacked for this and get on the wrong side of TikTok, so I want to give it a try. I hope this is comprehensible in any way. Dave and Dan are in the same class. The teacher has received 10 dolls and decides to split them between Dan and Dave. Dave receives 9 dolls. Dan receives 1. This is not fair. And not only this, but the teacher also shows a history of preferring...
What is the point of the dolls? What does the dolls have to do with fucking race washing? This is a horrible analogy. You're horrible. You're horrible, and you should take out that nose ring.
One over the other. I think we can guess who, but let's not get into that. The point is, one has 9 dolls while the other has 1. This is not fair. Blackwashing is when someone decides to take one of the dolls from Dan and give it to Dave in order to make things more equal. This is pretty fair. Dave is losing almost nothing compared to what Dan is gaining. Except in real life, it's more like, you know, thousands of dolls, but again, not getting into that. Do me a favor and name me 5 cartoons with a black main character. What about an indigenous main character? What about an Asian main character? What about a Hispanic main character? What about a mixed main character? Now give me 20 cartoons with a white main character. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier, isn't it? This is the issue. We are representing almost...
What do you mean we? Nintendo?
No. We don't need more dolls. We have more than enough. We can give some up so that an artist on the internet can feel happy about seeing themselves represented in a character that they like.
That shit was so retarded. I'm about to respond in another language. What that?
It's not fair to take Dan's only doll and give it to Dave. That's not fair in the slightest. Y'all sound like idiots. Good night.
You stank dirty funky whore ruining garbage like that, making her a cum cricket is not a new emoji. Black person need to beat yo ass for that stupid shit you do. Got be a lemon knee if black in the same damn sentence. Make mf sense if you gonna make a post removing black representation and then say BLM. WTF is that doing for you?
NVMer a fucking racist crying emoji plus M black do I scare you emoji slit your wrists chalk hang yourself Garnet is black ugly hoe emoji.
KYS like actually. Kill yourself you race. Get hit by a train perhaps PLS.
Not only is like White Member taking away the representation for like black characters, it's also just racist.
So obviously last month was October, meaning it was Hispanic Heritage Month, and it was Blacktober. Now that October has come.
Now say that there are 90s Daves and 10 Daves. Man. I would make a joke, but unfortunately if I made that joke, I would be immediately banned on Twitch.
Come to an end, and it is now November. Some mofos thought it would be a great idea to start a hashtag called WhiteBember in retaliation of the blackface that black content creators were supposedly doing to characters in terms of their drawing. Now we all know that's absolute BS.
Well, if they can have Blacktober, we can have White Member.
White people just want an excuse to be racist and to make black characters white. If you went to their profile, it says non-binary. Do not interact if black, I will block you. Black lives matter, all lives matter. Like, make it make sense.
Dire fucking racist. I hope someone kill you. You need a therapy slut cause no one will ever miss you and that's why you have no friends at all. You teen are being funny or just a troll with no life. Get a life. MF die and fire. No one will ever care.
No one will ever care about you cause MF racist. Eat glass dumb bitch.
Racist. I hope people like you rot.
I hope you get brutally raped.
I hope you pass away FR.
You're gonna fucking regret making that shit when your address is all around the internet and fucking come kill you. I will black you in the head over and over again until nothing is left. I hope you rot in hell, dirty white bitch.
Fuck you, you're disgusting, disgusting racist. I hope you kill yourself. Smiling emojis. You think it's funny to do this kind of bait when you're just being the most despicable person in the world. Go to
I find it adorable that the person knows that it is most than likely bait, and instead of treating it like it is bait and ignoring it, she takes the bait, and then I say she. I imagine it's a woman, because usually the people who do this are female. I love that instead of not taking the bait and swimming away from the hook, they bite down on the hook just so they can be full-throated in their racism, as though every single time they tell a racist that they think is being called out of the center, that it means it'll get them a black fucking future. Which is unfortunate because how many of these white women also have black boyfriends? It's bizarre to me. It's bizarre to me. I just don't see how you need to see yourself to feel represented. 13-year-old me loved Afro Samurai. It's because they want to see themselves, and they also want the virtue that comes with helping other people see characters the way that they think they should see themselves. It's the white savior trope, multiplied by 1,000. And it doesn't go away. It just multiplies.
Therapy, you and other who are participating in this ridiculous and disgusting tag fuck you.
You deserve to get skinned alive. I don't know what to tell you. You're a waste of an umbilical cord white ass bimbo whore. Nobody would care if you died.
Damn, she got some big nice ass titties. Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine me being black? I mean, honestly, for real. Can you imagine me being black? At this point in the video, you're probably asking, Switty, who gives a flying shit about this? It's on Twitter. And you're right, no one should really give a shit about this because it is on Twitter. But I do. I actually give a shit about this. I feel like people should be better than this. I feel like as black creators, we shouldn't be tolerating the laziest attempt at representation. We shouldn't just give in to palette swap because as a whole, we are better than that. Black people don't need to ride the coattails of success. We don't have to be the hand-me-downs of white characters. White characters can stand on their own and black characters can stand on their own. That's what makes characters unique and diverse. I just wanted to say I'm not offended at all those death threats. They really did not affect me at all. I found a lot of humor in them because it's like, oh my gosh, you could just smell the age on those messages. Mental illness is so beautiful sometimes. Look, any black person acting retarded in public or online, they don't represent the rest of us. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something out of it. If you disagree with me, I don't give a shit.
Jay, are you there? Are you listening now? I see. I can't repeat what Jay just typed, but I want y'all to know that she was here. She is listening. And she most likely does not give a damn.
Hello. You are...
No, this is about you.
I know it's about me, and so are you.
No, but you have given... Let's just talk about what you've done for women. You appeared on a show in a position that a woman didn't have in the reality we were living in. Okay, there were no women in communications that we could see. And on top of it, you happened to be black. Yeah. Which apparently was a shock to many people. But all of us little girls that were sitting out there, regardless of what our origin was, realized that you were representing the future of women, not just the future of black women, because of course we were thrilled to find out we were in the future. But the future of women.
Yes.
That we could look good, knock everybody's socks off, and do our job better than anybody else. Yeah. And so thanks for the uplift.
Did they just kiss? I don't think that was the thing that the older women like to do, where they like to kiss each other on the cheeks. Intimidating my French culture. Yes! Someone's gonna take the... I swear to God. I already know what you're thinking, chat. And I'm gonna tell you the music you're gonna need for that background, okay? Scooby-Doo. Not the Yowie Yahoo. The episode of Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? The one with the tribal mask from the dance scene. That one. That's the music you're gonna want to have for that edit.
Thought of you as being the personification of what I thought women could, should, and would become. Because you never let who you were or what you were stop you from getting to where you were going. Yeah. And that was my philosophy. And when I met you, I said I met my twin. Thank you.
They did it again! Oh my God! They taught lips did it again! So much black excellence! It's so shrinking the white blood in my body! I'm dying! I'm fucking dying! No! Oh, oh. This is a comedy show. Influencing them, influencing me, influencing them, influencing me, influencing you, influencing them, influencing me, watching me, watching you, watching me, watching them, make fun of the dumb shit on the internet. It's all connected.